This is Calculus 3 class. We're gonna discuss cylinder and quadratic surface. First, let's review choric equation from a pre-calculus. So look at the top. This parabola form is y equals 4ax. Quadratic function is compared to this one is y equal x squared. This one is y squared for ax. For example, here is y squared equal 4x. Then you're gonna plot this one is origin is right there. You plug in the 1 there. Here is 1. When you plug in y squared is 4. Y equal positive negative 2. That's the 2 negative 2. That's how we sketch it. That's we call parabola. Second is we call ellipse. Ellipse form is right here x squared over something square, let's say 2 square plus y square, 3 square, 1. Guys, very pay attention right here. Here's a plus. Then we call this one is ellipse. How can sketch it? You plug in the y equals 0. You see x equal over 2 is 1. X, 2 square, x square equal 4, x equal positive negative 2, which meaning is here is negative 2, here is a positive 2. So another one is x equals 0, right? X equals 0, y squared is 9 equal 1, y squared is 9, y equal positive negative 3. You can plot the 3, negative 3. Then you connect the dot, then make ellipse. So that's what we call ellipse, but A and B value is the same. For example here, A value x squared over 3 squared, y squared over 3x squared 1. Another one, x squared plus y squared is 9. That represents the circle radius 3, okay? That's the circle. Last one is gonna be conic equation hyperbola. Hyperbola form is x squared over a squared. Let's say plug in the number, guys, here. Let's say here x squared 2 squared minus, make sure this is minus y squared 3 squared is 1. That's we can parabola. You're gonna find x-intercept y equals 0. That case x squared over 4 equal 1. X squared is 4, x is positive negative 2. So that's how to sketch hyperbola. So for coding equation, you guys remember the shape and equation. So now we're gonna study surface in 3D. So most important part of surface is, here it is, guys, right here. I highlight trace, guys. Trace is, surface is 3D. Very hard to imagine sometimes. Even we had a hard time sketching it. So we're gonna trace, gonna be surface or the curves, curve in 3D, intersection of a surface with planes parallel to the coordinate plane. So parallel to the XY plane, parallel to the YZ plane, parallel GX planes. And we're gonna find intersection curve. That's the we call trace, guys. That's we figured it out. So let us start with the cylinder. Cylinder gonna be, we did a cylinder in the beginning of the semester. Cylinder gonna be, this form is a cylinder, guys. The cylinder is one variable is missing. We call cylinder. Let us start z equal x squared. 3D is variable x, y, z. Y thing is missing here. So what are you gonna understand this one? Y is missing. So whenever give y value, so let's say y equals 0, guys. Let's say y equals 0. That's the what? That's the plane, not the line or point. Plane, y equals 0 represent xg plane. So here is xg plane. When you xg plane, the trace gonna be parabola. That's why here, look at this, parabola. When you slice parallel to the XZ plane, you're gonna see all the trace gonna be parabola. That's how to understand that. We call parabolic cylinder. Second is x squared plus y squared is 1. It's not circle, guys. This one is z is missing. Z equals 0. Let's say z equals 0, z equals 1, z equals 2 every single time. Z equals 0 meaning is xy plane, right? This is xy plane, which meaning xy plane, this should be circle. XY plane, this is the circle, center is 0. XY is center is 0 and 0, and radius is 1. Oh, another one. X equal 1. Here is right there, plan right there. Then intersection point gonna be x squared plus y squared 1. That circle we call circular cylinder. Same idea is x squared plus z squared equal 1. X equals 0. That's gonna be what this one is. YZ plane. When you're thinking about that way, you're gonna see all the circle right there. That's how I find the trace. Let's just study quadratic surface. Quadratic surface usually have all the x, y, z variable, but this is a form. You're gonna say this is quadratic surface. So whatever they give it to you, whatever they give to A and B and C and D, we call quadratic surface, but there is a specific name for the sum equation. First is gonna be ellipsoid. Guys, look at this form like ellipse, right? X squared over A squared plus Y squared over B squared plus Z squared over C squared. We're gonna find this one. This one is rewrite it X squared over 1 squared, Y squared over 3 squared, Z square over 2 square 1. So this one is we're gonna find A value gonna be 1, B value is 3, C value is 2. So what you have to do, you're gonna find the trace, cross-section curve. So XY plane, guys, XY plane, Z equals 0, Z equals 0 right there. You're gonna X square plus Y square over 9 equal 1. What is this represent? That's gonna be ellipse. Okay. Second is YZ plane. That's the x squared is 0, x squared is 0, y squared over 9 plus z squared 4 equal 1. That's also ellipse. So same thing is xz plane. Y equals 0, x squared plus z squared over 4 equal 1. That's ellipse. That you find the trace. That's the trace. Second part, you're gonna find the intercept. Intercept is gonna be x-intercept gonna be yz equals 0. So when you plug in the yz equals 0 is x squared equal 1. X is positive negative 1. You're gonna find that point right there. Second one is y-intercept xz equals 0. So you're gonna find the y squared is 9. So you're gonna find positive negative 3, right? So 0, 3, 0, 0, negative 3, 0. Z-intercept is x equals 0, y equals z squared is a 4. Z equals positive negative 2. So Z-intercept is right there. So that's our sketch. It looks like ellipse on the 2D, but in the space, we're gonna say ellipsoid. One more thing, hyperboloid. This one looks like conic we see in the 2 dimensions. So that's the we say hyperbolic of one sheet. So here is a form x squared over a squared, y squared over b squared minus z squared, and c squared is 1. That's we're gonna sketch it. We're gonna do the same process. Find the trace right here. Find the intercept. You're gonna really focus on find the trace. Trace meaning is xy plane, z equals 0. When you plug in the z, x squared over 4 plus y squared equal 1. That's represent ellipse, which meaning is xy plane, they represent ellipse. XG plane, that's the x equals 0, What do you represent to this one? That's the hyperbola. That looks like YZ plane hyperbola right there, guys. Right? XZ plane Y equals 0. This one is also hyperbola. YZ plane hyperbola. So each plane represents these different curves. So you make sure what kind of curve they represent each plane. Then you're going to find x-intercept, y-intercept, z-intercept. X-intercept y equals 0, z-intercept 0, x squared equals 4. That's going to be x squared over 4 equal 1. That's the x squared is 4. X is positive negative 2. That's where you find the first one. Second is x equals 0, z equals 0. So in that case, y is equal 1. Y equal positive negative 1. That's why y-intercept. Z-intercept. Z negative z squared over 4 equal 1. Z squared is negative 4. It doesn't make any sense. Square is always a positive, guys. Okay? That's you're going to find the intercept trace of each section. We're going to do one more thing, guys. Next one is parabolic, paraboloid. Hyperbolic, paraboloid. There's a lot of different name of surface, guys. This one is making sure this time. Previous one is x squared plus a squared plus b y squared over b squared minus z squared over c squared is 1 this time looks a little different, guys. Look at this form. So you clearly understand the form correctly, okay? So this one is, we're gonna sketch this one. They give the example right here, z equal y squared minus x squared. So let's find trace. This time x equal k, any value. Let's say x equal, first one is, let's say z equal 1. Z equal 1 is plane parallel. This is a parallel to the xy plane. So parallel, when you cut it, you say here is 1, y squared minus x squared, that's a hyperbola. So you find this. So x equal k, that's the hyperbola right there. That's going to represent, right? Second is going to be, guys, the second is going to be parabola parallel to YZ, x equals 0. So we're going to see x equal k value, x equal any k value. Let's plug in x equal 1 here. So you see this one is z equal y squared minus 1. So this one is parabola. That's why you have parabola right there. Guys, make sense? Third one is parallel to xz plane, which meaning is y equal k, y equal 1, let's thinking about z equal negative x squared plus 1. That's another parabola. That's why they sketch this way. So that's why it looks like a Saturday sketch a different angle. So that you have this surface. So I'm gonna post the list of quadratic surface on the blackboard. You're gonna check it out.